All right, we're ready to go live. You excited?
I am.
All right, let's do this. Hey guys, another episode of the Not So Fucking Ordinary show where I'm taking the time to interview extraordinary minds. These people are doing extraordinary things in fitness, entrepreneurship. They're thriving in the corporate setting or they're a stellar athlete. And today we have a super special guest. Angie, how are you?
I'm good. I'm excited to be here.
Super happy to have you on.
Yeah.
You know, before I dive into your story, I gotta do a shameless plug. Guys, I've been working on a super special project that's near and dear to my heart. Created a new protein shaker brand. It's called Fit to Give, and the reason why it's special to me is that it gives me an opportunity to donate to charities. And so the proceeds are going to charities that are focused on clean water, better nutrition, and overall education for people who are trying to essentially be healthy in their lifestyles and they don't have the education for it. So Fit to Give, shameless plug, hasn't launched yet, but will be coming out soon. So enough about that. Let's focus on the lady of the hour, Angie Marie Okon. Did I pronounce that?
Yeah, you did. I'm surprised. Most people say it wrong.
All right.
Cool.
I'm excited for this. You know, I have, what's the word? Let's just say I have known you from afar, but I'm excited to really take the time today to get to know you personally on a deeper level and understand what makes you tick, what your journey has been, what your goals are, and everything Angie Marie Okon is all about. Sound cool?
Sounds great. Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So, what do you do for a living?
So that's a great question. It took me a lot of time to kind of figure out the title because most places it's like this is what you do, this is who you are. And I've been able to define what I do. So I like to say, I don't like saying I'm a coach, I am. But I'm a business owner and I'm a woman empowerer. And I love this because my purpose, or I feel like my purpose is to help people with their health and to educate them though, more so. And it's hard because I think a lot of people want to do it, but then when they see the price of it, they're like, oh my God, I can't afford this. So my goal is to educate as many people as possible when it comes to health and nutrition and to feel like a badass, powerful person in your life. Yeah.
I love it.
So I don't really know. I'm a woman person empowerer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
I like it too.
I like that a lot. So how long have you been doing that for?
4 years.
4 years. How did you get into it?
So my brother, basically, it's kind of a long story. So I'll start from kind of the beginning. I drank a lot. I partied a lot. Everyone's probably heard this story a million times. I've said it so many times, but I partied. I did drugs, did a lot of drugs, did all the drugs, minus, like heroin. But I did a lot of drugs. And so went to college, was really lost, gained a lot of weight, hated my body, was so depressed, so sad. And then I started getting into fitness because I was like, what can I do? I'm sick of complaining about it. I'm sick of just being sad. So then I started working out and I did MMA.
Oh, wow.
So I was a bad bitch,
you.
Started my bad bitch journey.
There you go.
And I got punched in the eye by my now client. She punched me back because we were sparring. And then I got into bikini competitions and I loved it.
Okay.
Someone just was like, you have a really fit body, you should try it. And back then it was like no one did it.
Right.
So people were like, what is that? I'm like,
how long ago was this?
That was 2012.
Okay.
Before it was like everyone does it.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
super cool.
exactly.
Everyone and their mom does
I
it.
get
So I started doing it, I loved it, and then I just really loved fitness and it changed my life. So competing is cool and I like doing it, but what it taught me is what changed my life so much. And so I started growing on Instagram. My brother's like, man, the entrepreneur in him was like, we got to monetize this. Let's make some money. And he's like, do you want to help people? Do you want to do this? And I was like, yeah, but I'm scared because it's scary.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was getting laid off from my job anyways. So naturally he's like, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
So he's like, let's just start it and I'll help you with money if you need it. Because I was broke for a good solid 6 months. We were just starting off. And then that's when we were like, all right, Okon Fitness, 2014.
Do you think if you weren't broke in that moment, you would have gone for it?
Yeah. I mean, if I hadn't lost my job or been getting laid off, no, I for sure wouldn't have because it was safe and
so
it was what I wanted.
In disguise, right?
Oh my God, yeah. I look back, I'm like, thank God they did all of those things because it forced me out. Basically, I was gonna either be stuck in a position I hated or I was gonna be jobless, and I chose okay, jobless. Let's try it. Let's do it. So, and fast forward all these years later, and we're thriving, and a lot of it's because of my brother. Because he's the entrepreneur pushing
well,
new
kudos
things.
Is it big bro or little bro?
Well, I made a joke today. He's my older brother, but he's my
older,
younger.
but
He's
maybe smaller.
He's bigger than me.
Okay.
But I'm the big sister. He
Okay.
just is. He's more of the entrepreneur, and he makes the decisions with a lot of things. So yeah.
Well, good job, big bro.
Yeah.
Little bro.
Well, little bro.
Yeah. That's awesome. So, all right, that was a really good overview, but I want to dissect it a little bit.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
So you said you're going through kind of some hard times, doing drugs, doing the partying scene, not happy with yourself. I want to know the exact moment. Like, what was the catalyst was it you woke up one morning, looked in the mirror and said, fuck this, I got to go from point A to point B and I got to do it fast? Or was it just kind of a different type of transition?
It's such a lame thing. Okay, so yeah, it was kind of that thing where for a while, there was a few months where I stopped going out with my friends because I would try on outfits and I was super depressed because drinking is a depressant naturally. So I was just fucking depressed and I was sick of it and I was like, what can I do? Because it's just too much. And my, at the time, boyfriend, he's military. My current boyfriend's also military. But he was military and he was getting deployed and he was getting in shape. And so I was like, I should do this too. Yeah. So we made this bet, and this kind of started it because I started feeling good. He bet something. I don't even remember what it was, but I was so dead set on winning. Whoever had a 6-pack was going to win. And I wanted tracks. And I know that's super lame. And if you don't, for those who don't know what tracks are, it's hair extensions. And they were expensive. And so I bet $300 tracks that if I got abs first, I would win. I got abs first. And that's what started it. But really it was the depression. And that was the motivator to keep me going. It was like my carrot to get me started. It's kind of lame, but it's kind of it's a funny story.
It's not lame at all. I think it usually has to be something that deeply ingrained, like so painful.
Yeah, it was.
That's the only thing that's going to propel you to go through something of that great of a transformation. Because I was telling you before this, I didn't do a lot of homework on you, but I did a little bit, so I had somewhat of an idea. Yeah. But I generally want to get to know you here today.
Yeah.
But I saw some of the transformation pictures, and that's what right out of the gates was like, okay, I respect Angie right out of the gates here.
Thanks.
And so I wanted to kind of figure out what was that moment. Okay, cool. So, wow, what an origin story already. I'm trying to figure out where to go with this. So, all right, so let's talk about how you got into personal training. Did you I mean, what were you doing for work before you got into personal training?
Marketing.
You're in marketing, okay. So that's perfect segue for what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, for our business, it's online. So I kind of had a good idea. And where I was working, they weren't really going in the direction of online, even though I was like, hey, the world is going to be online. And now, fast forward, it is. But personal training isn't really what I do. I know a lot of people don't really get it because it's like, oh, so you're a trainer. I do actually do personal training now. I just started a couple months ago.
Okay.
But what I do is online, we create these programs for women primarily. I do have some men, but primarily women. And it just educates them on food, like what you should eat. What's a good amount you should eat? Here's some guidelines. Here's what macros are. It's just really education. And then we also offer programs that are like a certain time frame, whatever they want to do, where we help. And then I basically am like a life coach, but I fucking hate that word. And I just help them go through the moments and the process and, the doubts and all the fears that we have, because we are our own biggest enemy. Like we are the ones who talk ourselves out of almost everything. So I'm the one who's like, hey, you're wrong. Get that shit out of your head. You can do this.
I love that.
So yeah.
I love that. Let's talk about that a little bit more.
Yeah.
What are the most common mental roadblocks people come to you with?
So my first thing is a lot of people are super unrealistic. And I think because, I don't really know if that's a roadblock, but it's something that I think stops them from getting where they want to go, because they start off being like, this is what I want in this time frame. And I'm like, okay, but that's not freaking possible.
Right.
So let's bring it back and think about what the time frame actually is. So a roadblock, in my opinion, would be that people are super unrealistic. Like they don't understand the time that it takes. And in our world, immediate gratification. Like, I don't see the results right now, so fuck it, I'm gonna do something different. It's like, no, come back. Let's keep going. Like, let's just see what happens if you don't stop. And I think that's one of the biggest things that I've noticed in the years I've been doing this, is the women who are like, fuck it, I'm gonna keep going. Like, this is hard. and I have all these people I'm losing, all these friendships I'm losing, and people are, why can't you eat this? All the bullshit, all the things that happen, the people who keep going, they're the ones who are successful. I mean, that's with anything, not just fitness, but like that's the biggest thing I think is people quitting too early because they don't see the results that they think that they're supposed to see in the time that they think they're supposed to see it. So,
well said.
Thanks.
Well said. Well said. I couldn't agree with you more. Just, I'm not in the fitness space as much as you, but I feel like just regardless of what space you're in, that is typically the biggest roadblock or hurdle
Absolutely.
or challenges.
Yeah.
Unrealistic expectations, or the opposite of they have a goal and they're not clearly understanding what it takes. What are the sacrifices? What are the sacrifices?
Everything they're sacrificed. Like everything I've ever had to do, I've had to sacrifice things. I sacrificed so many outings with people because I was working hard or I was in the gym. All the things that people see, like they see the good, like they see the shit that's fun. Like they're like, oh, you're on a trip and oh my God, that's amazing. I'm like, you didn't see the nights that I sat at home on Friday, Saturday night, either working or I was at the gym all night long working on my body. Like people always see the shine, but they never see the grind.
Yeah, ooh, I like that.
I mean, that's I still that's the thing that I think people see there. Like I want that life, and I'm like, but do you?
That's
do you
exactly
actually?
Right.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more in terms of they're not clear on the commitment level that it takes, and so they say I want X, but they don't understand the commitment it takes. So, like to your point, they want this type of body, but they don't want to. They don't want to sacrifice the pizza and the ice cream and stuff.
The
time. They don't want to put in the time.
Okay, I have people who are like, I want to look like you, and they will do like a 12-week, 24-week program, and I'm like, honey, though, come on now.
Honey,
this has been like
girl.
Right. This has been like years. This is 6, 7, 8, however many years that I've been bodybuilding. Like. It takes time, and that's the biggest thing I see people struggle with is the
lack
sacrifice.
of patience.
Yes.
Yeah, lack of patience and anything.
Willpower to not eat the fucking pizza.
Right.
I go places and there's pizza upstairs. There's food right now, and I was like, I got goals. Right. And I have a shirt that says goals versus cravings.
Oh, okay, I like that.
Yeah, I created that specifically.
Did you?
I mean, I used to tell myself that, and I started saying it, and people were like, wow, I love it. So that's one of our mottos.
I like that.
Yeah.
So what do you usually tell the people that, they quote unquote say they want this end result, and halfway through the journey they're like, oh man, I just don't know if I can do it.
Yeah.
I just don't know if I can finish the race. How do you push that individual to cross the finish line?
So first I make them understand that this is all about themselves. It's all about their ability to self-assess. Like you have to be able to take the moments and be like, okay, what am I doing? How am I sabotaging myself? Or how can I make myself be successful? So I make them think. I make them think about what they want and envision it, and then I make them set their small goals because, okay, we're at 6 weeks, or they do 24 weeks, so we're at week 12. What do we need to do? What are the small steps that we have to take? Here's 2 weeks. At this 2-week point, you have to accomplish this. I break it down because I think that another issue is people see, holy shit, oh my God, I have so much time and that's so much that I have to accomplish. But when you look at it at the shorter spectrum, it becomes where it's like, oh, I can do that. 2 weeks of eating no pizza, I can do that. Then you get to 2 weeks and they're like, oh, I feel good. All right, I'll do another 2 weeks. And then like that, you're at 24 weeks and you look fucking bomb. And that's the thing sometimes I make them do small challenges, but that's what, in my experience, it takes for people, is the small little goals, the little milestones you have to reach to get to the ultimate goal.
I think that's perfect. Yeah. Milestones was the word I was going to use.
Yeah.
I think that's perfect.
It works.
So where can people find your training site if they want to try and go from where they're at to where they want to be someday, if they wanted your help?
Okay, so my last name is Okon.
It's actually Okon. How do you spell it? Oh, okay. So I didn't pronounce it properly.
No, you pronounce it properly on the American way. We say Okon. We are Nigerian, but we're from here. Our father's from Nigeria.
Really? I never would have guessed that.
Yeah, I mean the white blonde hair probably.
One of my best friends is from Nigeria. Yeah. Lucky Ray, what's up, buddy? Miss you.
My father's from Lagos, Nigeria. Wow. So Okon is actually the way you say it, and so we're Okon Fitness, but we say Okon because it's just easier for people. When we were in high school, people would be like Akon because the rapper Akon. I'm aging myself for those who don't know who Akon is, but so Okon is our business, OKON, and I forgot where I was going with this.
We were going with where can people find you?
So you can find us on Okon Fitness is where you can look for us. We're also on Instagram. And here's the thing about our stuff is that we've created, like we talked about, people can't afford everything. So we have different programs based off of what you can afford.
Mm-hmm.
And as people continue in their journeys, they start realizing that this is actually a priority, and the money that they're putting in is, I'm so sorry, I must be popular right now, is an investment. You're investing in yourself the same way you put money down on a house or a car. That's not a good investment, but the same way you'll put money down on something that's important to you and you see the long-term results that you'll get, putting the money in your body and taking care of it now, people don't think about it. Like, okay, I might be 25 right now. When you're 50,
Gotta play the long game.
Yeah, you gotta think about, like, I see my dad now and he is struggling, diabetes, heart failure, all these issues. And it's like, but if you start now, that investment today, one of our programs is like $500 for part of the commitment, and it's like that might seem like a lot right now. We break it down so you can make payments.
Yeah, sure.
But it might seem like a lot today, but the value that it gives you long term is so worth it. The money I spent on my education and all the knowledge I have on how to take care of my body, we don't have a manual, which I think is insane, which goes into me wanting to teach in like schools. This is way, way long term. You want to talk about goals? It's a goal. I want to speak to people, educate them on things. I don't know how we weren't taught, like, here's what you should be eating.
Mm-hmm.
The food pyramid, come on now.
Exactly.
That's what we're taught.
Exactly.
Like,
So why is this such a long-term goal? I feel like this is something you could be doing tomorrow.
well, because it will take time to get credibility. Because there's a lot of people I think that you can listen to. I should turn this off.
No,
Wow.
you're fine.
I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I'm really popular.
You're fine. You're fine.
But the credibility and like having people, I guess, wanting you, like, why should we have Angie Marie Okon come to our school?
So I would argue maybe you actually have to start to build that.
Right. Well, we did kind of start, but
So I'm going to put that pressure on you
you're
guys.
right.
As my next steps and my to-dos after this is to put pressure on you guys to
You
start
can
doing
interview
that.
my brother and be like, hey, what are you going to do to
There we
your
go.
sister?
Let's do it.
But,
Let's do it. 'Cause
no,
I think that's a great
it
idea,
is.
and you can clearly
There's no
articulate
place
yourself,
for it.
and you're super well spoken. Plus, you have the knowledge behind it, and you're fun, you're energetic.
Thanks.
I couldn't see a better person doing that. So let's do it tomorrow. Like, let's
Yeah.
get started on it. I think that is a goal that should not be long term for you.
Yeah, and
I
by
understand.
long term I mean in the next year or so, because we have a
Okay,
lot of stuff
okay.
going on or 2 years. We have a lot of stuff going on with our business right now that's putting me in a place where I have the time. Because
Sure.
right now I don't really have time to be going and speaking constantly and traveling to do it. But yeah, it's
That makes
cool.
sense. All right.
There's
Year-
not a
year
lot of
to
people
two,
doing it.
I'll accept that.
Yeah,
When
check
I
back.
think long term, I'm
Check
thinking
back.
a little too long. Yeah, exactly. Cool. I like that. I like that a lot. All right. I want to know. So when you went through your transformation
Mm-hmm.
and you went from, like you said, kind of the unhappy state, you were depressed, yada yada yada. Once you started going through that transformation, you started to see some results and you started becoming a little more happy with yourself, a little more, I'm assuming, self-esteem, self-confidence,
Yeah.
stuff like that. How did that affect your day-to-day life?
My life was just better. I was happier. I had energy. I used to think that I had like something wrong with me because I'd always be tired, but
Mhm.
it had nothing to do with me not getting enough sleep. I just wasn't eating the right nutrition. I wasn't putting the right fuel in my body and in my mind. I just was a better person to be around. I was a better sister, a better girlfriend, a better friend, just a happier, harder working person too. I was more productive once I started having that routine of eating healthy and training.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's crazy how it can change your life. That's why I want to do this and help so many people. It changes your life.
Especially when you're in a position that you're in now where you're not only at, I'll just say it, on somewhat of a pedestal,
Mm-hmm.
and you have so many people looking up to you and following you, you now have, I would assume, some sort of external pressures forcing you to keep this level of fitness and health in check.
Oh, you mean
at all
keeping
times.
this body on point?
Exactly.
Right, yeah, for sure.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, you probably cannot let yourself go too much because you have so
Absolutely.
many people looking up to you.
Absolutely. Yep.
But I think that's a positive, right?
100%. Love it. And that's why when people are like, what keeps you motivated? I'm like, well, now y'all keep me motivated because
Exactly.
my big thing is no one is going to listen to you unless you look the part. I will never take advice from somebody who doesn't look the part of what they are telling me or teaching me about. Like, I used to have a FIA teacher who was super out of shape, and I remember being like, he would tell us to do something, I'd be like, no, like, you do it. You know what I mean?
Classic.
And so why would
Yeah.
my clients listen to my health tips and my workout advice and all those things if I'm not even looking the part and I don't look like I even follow my own shit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it's pressure, but it's good pressure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Let's segue a little bit.
Okay.
Are you big into personal development? Do you read, do you watch videos, listen to podcasts, stuff like that?
So I laugh because my brother, he gives me books a lot.
And I saw his book
he's got
collection when
great
I walked
books,
in.
right? Okay, so he gives me books, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna read it. I don't read them, and I should. I do listen to podcasts, however. I don't have any that I can say right now off the top of my head. But my big thing is motivational speakers too. Like, I really love Eric Thomas. I've been listening to him forever. He does have a podcast, which I listen to. I should read more books, but personal development is my big thing. And I also believe in like taking time to like meditate and think, be in your thoughts and kind of like evaluate your life. But I should do more. I should.
Let's talk about this meditation piece.
Yes.
Tell me about that, and then I'm gonna have a follow-up question about your daily rituals and routines.
Okay.
So tackle that.
So you want to hear about my meditation?
Yeah. Let me kind of get a better understanding of how you meditate and why you do it.
Okay. So my meditation is probably different than most people. And the way, I mean, obviously I like to be in my space. I have my own little space, my coffee space. You guys mostly see my moments where I do my coffee.
I can't imagine, from what I see already, I can't imagine you actually sitting still, being quiet and meditating.
Well, it's mostly while I'm doing something, but it's not like I'm drinking coffee or I'm getting my day ready, but I think about what I want to manifest in that day, and I think about like the things that are weighing heavy on me, and I guess meditation is the word I use, but it's just kind of like my way of getting myself in a good mental place and like evaluating what I've been going through and struggling with, and I think about how I can be better. And then I have a topic that I usually think about for a little while, probably like 30-40 minutes in the morning, and then I go into my routine.
Okay.
Which you may have seen on Instagram.
I like that.
It's my coffee talks in the morning.
Coffee talks.
Yes.
I like that a lot. That's good. So when you're doing this 30 to 40 minutes, is it like when you're getting ready for the day? Is it when you're in the shower, or are you just up and about?
It's when I'm getting ready for the day, but then also once I've settled down and I sit in my spot. I always, wherever I'm living, I move a lot. I have one area that I sit and I think. Okay. And usually what I like is like, it's a nice day and you can hear the birds, and it's pretty quiet where I am right now, and I just like think, and I try to be peaceful.
No phone?
No phone until I start my Instagram.
What about that watch? This
is on, but I don't, you can't always see
I gotcha.
No, you don't usually see the notifications. So,
okay.
And no one's usually bugging me in the morning anyways.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
All right. Talk to me about your daily habits. So meditation and kind of your morning routine is one thing, but is there anything else that you do on a daily basis that you would attribute a lot of your success to?
Absolutely.
Let's go through
And
it.
I'm just going to, it's one thing, and it's what you're asking me now, and I've talked about this so much in the past 2 months because my routine was so fucked up because I was moving. It's just the routine. That's it. It's having the routine every day, doing the same shit over and over.
From a nutrition standpoint, a workout
having
standpoint,
my food,
sleep.
Everything. So I have a bedtime. I try to be in bed by. I do CBD oil, which is great, by the way.
Okay.
I take my CBD oil. I go to sleep. I get up. I try to be at the same time, depending on my sessions and my work. But I get up. I do my meditation. This is my routine. I drink my coffee. I do my morning talk to my people on Instagram.
Yep.
I get my food ready for the day, packed, walk my dog. That's my morning every single morning. It cannot change.
What happens if something goes wrong in that?
My whole day's fucked. My mood is, I'm frustrated. I'm like, God damn it. Like, I'm late. Especially if I'm late, I get angry. Like, my routine needs to happen. And the things I do set me up for success for the whole day. Having my food prepared.
Mm-hmm.
Need that, or what do? Fuck,
right.
I'm hungry. I'm going to go to the GNC and grab something I shouldn't be eating. And then if I don't have my stuff packed for the day, it just screws everything up. Your routine, success is in everyone's routine. All the things that I have lined up in the morning set me up for a successful day, which is why I push it on my clients so much. Like, it's more so like the day-to-day is my daily routine, but my Sunday is usually where I plan out my week.
Okay.
So knowing what I'm doing, what I need to be eating, having my meal plan set, my entire schedule set, who I'm going to be seeing, when I'm going to be seeing them, like, it has to be.
And
I have to know.
Do you sit down and write it down on a calendar or a journal, sticky notes on your phone?
My
How do
Google
you do it?
Calendar.
Okay.
Everything's in there, and if it's not in there, I'm like,
Yeah.
at this meeting I would have forgot.
Right.
For sure. So I have to have organization. It's all routine and organization, or I would not be successful. And those are facts.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with that more because as I interview more and more successful people, I feel like people's organizational habits
Yep.
and their ability to execute on what they put down,
Yep.
that's everything.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. If you're unorganized, you're going to miss opportunities, or you're not going to be well prepared, like you said, in
Yep.
the nutrition and the
Preparation,
diet.
everything.
So yes, the preparation and
I
then
say
your ability to
if
execute.
you're not prepared, if you don't prepare, you prepare to fail. And that's
Exactly
like
right.
one of the biggest quotes that you could see everywhere, but it's so fucking true. Like it is the biggest truth. You have to be prepared.
Yeah, I mean, another way I look at that is most people that do not prepare for things, they're in a reactive state.
Yeah.
So they wake up and they don't know what to expect when they wake up. So they're
Right.
reacting to their alarm clock first and foremost.
Shit,
Then
I'm
they're
late.
reacting to the shit on their phone, emails,
Yes.
texts, stuff like that. Then they're reacting to the to-dos that are getting thrown at them from management or their
Yep.
peers or their clients.
Spouse.
And yeah, exactly. And so being organized and in charge of your day by writing things down, being proactive, completely
Yes.
in charge of the day. Like you're running the day, the day's
Yeah.
not running you.
Exactly.
And a lot of times I tell people that I rap with is I always wake up my alarm clock because I'm reactive. Like just get up and I
Yeah.
know exactly what I need to do right when I get up. Like you in terms of routines and habits, I have to execute every little thing. And
Yeah.
like you in terms of writing things down, I'm a little OCD about this, but I have every 5 minutes of my day
Really?
blocked.
Okay, I don't do that.
It's I know it's OCD
But no,
and I don't recommend it, but I literally on my calendars I have every minute accounted for.
Okay.
Because that's the only way to compress time and get more things done
Right.
faster than other people.
Okay.
And that's my approach. So there's definitely a lot of similarities there.
Yeah, I mean, I left one thing out. I do wake up in the morning, and the first thing I do is look at motivational things on my phone.
That's great because it gets your mind in the right state.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that. Even if you're doing it in bed, I still think
do it in
it's
bed.
prepping. Yeah, you're prepping your mind though. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You're prepping your mind. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So that's a lot different than most people who are just like sluggish,
Yeah.
hit the snooze a couple of times, and then they're like, "Fuck, I gotta go into work." And then
I'm so glad I don't have that mindset.
yeah,
Yeah, no, not at all. I used to. God, I remember sitting in my little cubicle. I was like, is this my fucking life? Is this forever? And that's another reason why I'm so grateful that I took the risk with my brother to do this because I wake up every day excited. I mean, there's some days, obviously, where I'm like, ugh, I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I wake up, I'm like, I get to go see these people
Right.
that I love. I get to help all my amazing clients. And I get to be fit and work out and do all the things that I love. So
yeah, I think that's a true blessing. It's very rare to find someone who can get into the space that they love and be able to create a living out of it. And for those of you who are watching that are more or less in the corporate environment, we're not bashing corporate environment. I'm in that too, as well as entrepreneurship. But I think it's important to note that you can have a fantastic career in the corporate environment and do big things, or a lot of you are in the corporate environment and you're just itching to get out, but you have to go through that transition. Fortunately for Angie, she got laid off. She lost her job, so she was like, fuck it, I got nothing else to lose. But what I'm trying to get here is the fact that you have to pay your dues sometimes, even if that is in the cubicle. And whether you're in marketing or sales or in tech and ops, whatever, pay your dues. Maybe you're saving a little bit of money so you can put it away and then officially launch your business and go off that way. So that's a random tangent. I think I'm talking to myself more than anyone, but okay. Where do I want to go from here? Man, we covered a lot in a short period of time. What's next for you? Besides wanting to speak to schools and go into the education system, what other goals do you have?
I'm like at this crossroads because I'm a competitor. I'm a IFBB bikini pro. And like I said, it was super not cool when I started. Now everyone does it.
So you're still competing?
I haven't done a show this year. Last year I did 4.
Holy shit, 4?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Or
All right,
3.
we need to let's dive into that now, then we'll get
Okay.
back to the goals. So yeah, let's talk about that a little bit, because I didn't realize you competed that often.
Yeah, I've
Where do I
competed
want-
every year. This is the first year just didn't want to really. I feel like I needed, because I used to take like a year off.
Okay.
And
4
then
shows is a lot in a year.
not really on a pro stage. Those girls, like you, to qualify for Olympia, you have to have points.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
So that means if you get third place every single time, you might be doing 7, 8, lots of shows. You have to be at the top of the list. So I think it's like 25 is on average what you need to qualify.
25 shows or points?
Points.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, you could have to do 25 shows to get there.
I guess I had a different
I don't know if
understanding. I thought it was.
Bodybuilders only need 1.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, no.
Okay,
It used to be that way in bikini where you could win a show and then you'd be able to qualify.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
They changed it. So you have to get points. It's a point system. And the girls who have the most points qualify for Olympia.
So what do they look for in bikini? Because I know there's so
great
many,
question.
There's so many different divisions.
Fuck, don't ask me. In bikini, they're looking, okay. In bikini, they want a smaller frame. That you have muscle, but you don't have like the super, like, you know, what's I'm looking for? What the fuck is the word I'm looking for? Separation.
Okay.
You know, they don't want like super serious separation. They want you lean, but not too lean.
Mm-hmm.
They want you soft, but not too soft. They want you to have breasts, but not too big of breasts. They want you to have big glutes. That's the standard. But there should be separation, not too much separation. Bikini is probably, in my opinion, the hardest fucking sport because the girls who win Olympia, they don't, if you line them up, they all look different. There's no set body. Like in Anthony's interview, I'm sure, like, it's, you know.
Yeah, right.
Bodybuilding is this. That's It's cut and dry. Bikini's hard. Then there's figure, which is, actually there's a new division. They just added wellness.
I haven't heard of that one.
Okay,
it's like
it's
every
new,
year there's
brand
a new
new
division, so I'm trying to understand what the lines are.
Wellness is like basically bikini. It's the same it's the same. They just want your glutes and hamstrings to be bigger. They claim it's like between a figure and bikini. I don't really think it is. I think it's just they want bigger glutes. And then figure is like just bigger overall. Shoulder caps, definition. You can see some separation in the legs. And then there's physique, and then there's fitness. I don't know which one is which. And then there's bodybuilding. But those are like way bigger than me. So I'm in a place now, because I'm bikini, where I'm like, do I stay in bikini? Do I transition into figure? Do I try to do wellness? I'm also natural. So the likeliness of me being able to do figure is not very likely. It would take me years to get that big, and I don't even know if naturally I can get that big.
Sure.
So I don't know what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I've also thought about WBFF, but I would sacrifice and get rid of my pro card if I did that. They don't let you do both federations. So I'm in a weird place.
And WBFF, is that global? Or is
it is. Yeah. The only difference is it's honestly more my style, because have you seen the Victoria's Secret shows where they're all like dressed up? I would do like a Nigerian carnival.
Oh, okay.
Like a big feathery costume.
I know
and
some
they're like,
guys.
they're like very sassy and sexy, and that's like, if you knew my personality, that's 100% me. Bikini's very much like, I'm just a cute, like,
just dainty.
I'm a cute girl, and look at, and like, it's not really me. I'm more a figure, badass attitude, but I just don't have the muscle for it.
Okay.
So we'll see. 2020, tune in, you'll see. I don't know. I'll make a decision by next year.
Okay. How many shows do you think you've done?
I should know the number off the top of my head, but I don't.
Rough
I think
estimate.
it's like 16 or 17.
Okay.
So it's
That's
not that
crazy.
many compared to a lot of pros. But I also compete because I like to. I don't necessarily, I'm not saying I don't compete to win, but it's such a subjective sport that, like, if I show up and they don't like me, I just usually try to be better than I was before.
Yeah.
So,
how much does your body fluctuate in between shows?
I try to keep it close, but you can't like be stage weight. But I try to maintain like 15 pounds above stage.
Okay.
That's like healthy.
That's why I was thrown off by the number of shows you did when you said 4. Then you said you know, a lot of people do more than that. I'm like, wow, how do you stay that unbelievably lean?
Drugs. But I do mine separate.
Okay.
Like, I mean, not everyone does drugs.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that, but it's bodybuilding. Like, most of the people do it. That's why everyone just assumes I take like any of the drugs that women take.
Right.
I don't. I never. And the reason why I don't is because I just look like long term. I'm very long term with everything, and there can be long term side effects if it's done incorrectly or taken incorrectly or overly taking too much. But I'm just the kind of person where it's like, I don't really see the point in doing that. It's not something I need to be doing.
Right.
So, and I have muscle naturally. So,
what would you say to someone who wants to step on stage for the first time?
Make sure.
Make sure you visit my,
Well,
my page.
I'm very open about competing because again, like it's super popular and people look at it like I'm going to be in the best shape of my life and it's going to be this great thing. I'm going to get all these sponsorships. And the facts are like you're not actually. It's not healthy.
I was gonna be. My
I've
next
always
question.
said this, like, and I will say it till the day I die. Like, it is unhealthy as fuck, but it's a fun challenge, and I love doing it. It's not something I want anyone to do if they have any kind of eating disorders. It can create eating disorders if you don't have a strong mindset and a solid coach and a solid group of people around you that understand what you're going through. A lot of girls go into it and they get their thyroid fucked up, their metabolism. Somebody's giving them a diet that's not good for them. Like, you have to be careful. Like, oh man, I've seen diets that girls have been on and I've just been like mortified. Like, how long have you been eating this small amount of food and no fats? Like, your fats control your hormones, and if you fuck that up at a young age, I've seen girls who've had to take years to get that shit fixed. And it's not worth it. I'm not saying don't compete. I'm the biggest advocate for it if it's something you're really passionate about, but just take the time to research and know that the person who's giving you your meal plan and helping you knows what the fuck they're doing.
So you'd recommend a coach?
Fuck yeah. It's so, unless you're doing it to be like, I'm just going to try it, and you have a good understanding of food and how your body responds, for your first show, do that. Like, for sure. Don't spend a lot of money. If you're just trying it out, just do the basics. Like, don't spend a shit ton of money on it. You don't have to. But if you love it, then you can be like, all right, I'm going to need a coach. I'm going to have a really great suit maker. Angel Bikinis is who I use. They're amazing. They're women empowerment. They're my babes.
There you go.
But, like, you shouldn't have to spend a shit ton of money your first show. That's my opinion. Some girls go all out for the regional shows, and I'm like, and they do it one time and they never do it again. I'm like, you just spent $1,000 on your suit, and what are you going to do with it now?
They're that expensive?
They can be, if you go all out.
Jeez.
But no, like my Angel Bikini sponsors, it's like $500 a suit.
Oh, of course.
No, but they're amazing. They're great. And like with anything, you can find cheaper options. You don't have to spend a ton of money. And I've made a guide. I'm not plugging myself, but I did make a guide.
Go ahead and plug yourself.
But I did make a guide because I hate seeing girls that will like spend all this money, and I'm like, man, y'all, if you knew you didn't have to buy that, you didn't have to do that. Here's what you should do. And I think it's helped. There's been a lot of people who've purchased it. I think it's helped a lot of people save money.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and do the right.
Just add value.
Yeah,
in all
I'm
channels.
all about it. Yeah.
That's awesome. Cool. Is there anything else you want to add to this before we kind of end here?
No matter what you're trying to do in your life, it's all about your mindset. Like, you can do anything. You really can do anything you want with your life. You can create the narrative of the life that you live. You just have to do the things that you need to do to get there, and you have to have the right mindset to get there. And in order to do that, you have to get outside of, I guess in a lot of ways, outside of yourself and do a lot of personal growth, like reading books, being surrounded by good people, having positive mentors in your life and people who want to see you succeed. Your circle is very fucking important. If you're around people who are content drinking and partying and doing nothing, you'll probably do that. Your circle is going to be super important. Be around people who are like-minded, entrepreneurs. If you want to be a competitor, competitors. Surround yourself with good people and constantly be in a place of progress. Constantly be doing things that are going to help you grow, help you become that powerful person that you can become. It's just up to you. Like, no one can get you there. No one can do it for you. But if you are dead set on something, then fucking work relentlessly until you get there.
Woo! I love it. I've never had a person on my show out-talk me.
Really? Oh shit!
I've always had to drive the conversation.
No, really?
No, I like it's a good thing because
okay.
I'm just sitting here.
I'm sorry.
I'm just leaning back. I ask a quick little question, and you're ready to go. I love it.
I got a lot to say.
Don't say sorry. I love it. I'm super impressed.
Cool.
My last question for you is: how do you want to be remembered in terms of your legacy?
That is a great question, and I won't talk very long about it.
Talk as long as you want. That wasn't a stab at you.
No, I do talk a lot. So I actually thought about that. Like, life is so short. My dog got sick. He's fine, but I thought he was gonna die. And I always have these moments where I think about, like, okay, my life is going fast. Like, I'm 31. And I keep looking back at my life and I'm like, what do I want to do? Because when we die, we're dead. Like, I know it sounds super morbid, but most people, when you have a funeral and then some people don't really think about you again. Mm-hmm. I want to leave something for other people to kind of be like this person, this beacon of light, to just remind people that you can, not only can you do anything, like I said, but you're important. Like, we all have such unique abilities and unique things that we were gifted, and we should find the way to figure out what that is and share it with the world. And I want to be somehow remembered as a person who brought that out in people, and like leave something to remind people of like that thing, like figure out that thing, because we need it. Like, whatever everyone's ability is, if you're not nurturing it and making it become a reality and something you can share, someone's missing out on whatever it is you were supposed to give them. And I want to be that person who brings that out in people. And when I'm gone, I want to have found a way, maybe wrote a book or said something or created a quote, I don't know, but something that makes people be like, because she did that, I can do it. And because she said that, now I feel empowered, and I know I can accomplish anything that I want to accomplish in this life.
I love that.
Thanks.
I think that's a wonderful goal. I think you're well on your way of being able to fulfill that. I think a lot of people that are watching that know you would absolutely say, Angie definitely helped me out. She's inspired me. She's educated me. She's been a great role model. I know that people for sure would say that.
Awesome.
And then people that are just now getting to know you a little bit, I'm sure they're going to see that over time as they follow you, your journey, your fitness career, your entrepreneurship career. Super exciting. So Angie, super happy that you were able to carve out a little bit of time for me.
Yes, of course.
And
I'm
all
glad.
the guests. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Everyone else, thank you for watching. Stay tuned in our next episode. We're out.
Bye.